Hello everyone, this is David, Fairly Secret Music. How are you all? I hope you're doing well. And if you've been watching my videos this year, you know I've been kind of obsessed with prog rock. That was from February when the new Transatlantic came out, up until like last Saturday. I'm still super looking forward to the Vandergraaf Generator box set that comes out this September 3rd. Um, and um, and I'm looking forward to listening to the new Leprous and um, Neil Morris Band stuff. But last week, my friend Dave Martin sent me a photo of the first four Oingo Boingo CDs that got reissued by Rebellin, and they've done Ric Ocasek, Berlin, Missing Persons. I think I've shown all three of the Missing Persons on a previous video. They do fantastic job. It's Rubellin Remasters, Rubellion. And they do short runs. So, like, they did the first four Oingo Boingo on vinyl, and they're already sold out. The cool thing with him is he will see that people are just flipping them, so he'll cancel people's orders, which I think is great because people, you know, don't buy shit just to double and triple the price. Let the people that actually want those records buy them. And so, anyway, so Dave sent me the photo. He knew I was on the fence whether or not I was going to order them. And then I started listening to a lot of Oingo Boingo for a while. Probably within a 24-hour period after getting that photo, and decided, yes, I have to order them. So then I decided to open the floodgates for new wave, post-punk, whatever you want to call it, late 70s, early 80s. And I know I had most of the stuff that you would normally, kind of like the more mainstream stuff, that was a bit more in my wheelhouse, such as Devo and, you know, Blondie, Eurythmics, stuff like that, you know. Some Cure I already had. I had a greatest hits of Flock of Seagulls. I had most of the Cars, and so I just decided I was gonna kind of go crazy and get a lot of stuff, because also I was kind of feeling frustrated on the vocals and the music that I'm recording right now, because it's more of the doomy metal stuff. So when I get like that, I always kind of come back to wanting to do a new wave project. I've wanted to do one for a few years now. Kind of more electronics, more keyboards, not so much guitar, which is good because I don't play guitar at all, really. So I'm hoping to do one soon. So I went out and bought some Oingo Boingo stuff. I was looking for the Danny Elfman solo album because I don't know how far that Rebellion is going to go, or if they're going to be able to do the rest of them, because they did the first two Berlin albums. They tried to do the rest, and they got turned down. So they're a great company, awesome remasters. They do jewel cases still, not stupid digipacks, and they're just really good. Great sounding, not brick walled at all. I highly recommend checking them out if you are into new wave and stuff like that. So I picked up Boingo, which was the last album they did, and it turns out that I have a VHS tape of Oingo Boingo that they did after this album came out, and now I have to check all these bootlegs, cassettes and stuff that my friend Mark gave me, because I'm hoping some Susie and the Banshees or Cure and stuff like that is in there. So so that is the first one. Picked up this one, as I said. Hopefully they will get to this one. This is Oingo Boingo Dark at the End of the Tunnel. This is more this isn't as weird as their early stuff. So it's good, but doesn't have that kind of, for lack of a better term, that Devo vibe that I think early Oingo Boingo has. My wife and I were driving to the record store, and we heard Private Idaho, and I kind of lump B-52s in that kind of weird new wave thing. They're just such a weird band that I decided to pick some up, and then the next thing I knew, I had everything except for like a middle album. I don't know how much I will listen to these, but by golly, I am going to give it a good old college try. I got this for $12.99. It's original 3 CDs, and it's Mesopotamia. Is that it? Mesopotamia, Planet Claire, which is a kind of greatest hits, and Whammy. But the cool thing is, they all come in regular discs, like or not digipacks, or those stupid what do you call it? Like vinyl replica sleeves, and these are Island Masters. So apparently these first two did not get that treatment, or I didn't see them, but honestly, these are good enough for me, for how much I'll probably listen to these guys. But I thought, you know, if any time is going to open itself up to me listening to them, it's now. While I was talking to my friend Jason, he said, hey, did you, you know, what about, God, what did he say? What about Wire or The Cure or some other band? I can't remember what the third band was. It might have been Devo, I'm not sure. I knew I had all of one of them, but he mentioned The Cure, and that made me go, oh my gosh. They had all of these slipcase edition, these 2-disc or 3-disc in this version, or in the case of Disintegration, I should say. There is a third disc in this one. I don't know why they just didn't make one of these. But I remember seeing these at Cheapo in Blaine, and I remember thinking, oh, Disintegration's too expensive. I broke down and purchased it. But they also had, I had 4. I had the first 4, and then I got Disintegration, Head in the box, or in the door, and the top. And I decided to do some digging. I also have on order the Mix CD, the 3-disc version. In 2018 that got put out, and it looks like they've been reissuing these because they've been out of print from Rhino for a while. The one shitty thing is, to get Kiss, I had to do the jewel case version of this, which came out in 2018. And in 2018, Robert Smith said that the Wish album has been remastered, and it's basically all good to go. Just we have not seen light of day from that. I have an old version of it anyway, but so this kind of has the same, well, it is the exact same stuff that's on the Digipack version with the slipcase, but it just comes in a jewel case. If I ever find the slipcase one, because this is gross. Oh, okay. We have these 3, and then you got that. That's gross. I decided because Wish has gone 2.5 years now since it's been ready, that I would pick up some of these other albums that are after Wish. what is that? Wild Mood Swings, Blood Flowers. Found all these used for under $4 and under. So $4.13, which is their last album, which they put out, I believe, in 2008. And then I stupidly picked up the 1-disc version of Cure Shows. I did not realize there was a 2-disc version. And then I broke down, and they also had this digipack version of Glove, Blue Sunshine, which, if you don't know, when they did this, this was Robert Smith and Stephen Severin from Susie and the Banshees project, but his label refused to let him sing on any more than 2 songs, which is absolutely ridiculous. So they got a woman who never sang before, and she's perfectly fine, but the cool thing is the 2nd disc, all those demos, it's basically the whole album with Robert Smith singing the demos. So that was 100% the reason I bought this, and because it'll look cool sitting next to all those Cure CDs. Because of the Cure, then I decided to kind of dive into Susie and the Banshees. And I had some Susie and the Banshees back in the early 90s, or late 90s. Superstition, I remember having, and Rapture. And I found Superstition for $2.99 and Tinderbox for $2.99. I'd never heard Tinderbox. I was going to stick to the original CDs because I figured they'd be easier to find. Turns out they're not, especially through the Looking Glass. It is super difficult to get kind of either way. Well, the remastered version is really difficult to get. And same with Rapture. But because I decided to go with remasters, I purchased Superstition again, which comes with 3 bonus tracks, and all the remasters come with 3 bonus tracks. So the first 3 or 4 albums, I believe, were put in jewel case, and that's their first one, The Scream. I had read stuff on the Hoffman forums. Never go there if you just want to love your music, because you will get obsessed about which version, which mastering is the best, and stuff like that. And like when people complained about those Peter Hamill remasters, I thought they were perfectly fine, but I had never listened to anything really else but those. And when I picked up some of the old versions, they, sounded a little bit less intense, but not to the point of hating them, hating the new versions over those ones. But yeah, so they had The Scream, Juju, I'll just kind of hold these up, and Kaleidoscope in jewel cases. And then it looks like after this, there's also their second album. I have a bunch of them on order now because I went with the remasters, except for Rapture, which I found today for $3.50, and I had ordered it 10 hours before that from somebody on Discogs, and I politely asked if I could cancel the order because I knew they weren't going to ship out until Tuesday, and they did so. So got it for $3.50. But yeah, I think everything else comes in a digipack like this, which is fine. I just had to order 3 of them from Amazon, and I'm just crossing my fingers that they don't come looking like shit. These come with the lyrics. They come with a very long essay, well, a couple pages at least, so that's cool. And that's all I can ask for, I don't need an in-depth thesis on them. I decided to get Susie's single solo album that she put out in 2007, I think this was. Let me see here. Yep, 2007. I've yet to listen to that one. I've listened to a lot of this stuff, but I'm just not even commenting on sound and stuff like that. Decided to go a little further because I started looking at prices if I were to order them on eBay or Amazon or even Discogs, and you know, $4.95 for the second Creatures, and actually all these are $4.95 except for one or two, and those are $5 and $6.95. But this is Susie from Susie and the Banshees and her then husband Budgie, who is the drummer. I can't remember his actual name. That is Creatures Boomerang, and then there's a EP, Eraser Cut, that has 4 songs on it. And then I think this is their third album, which is called Anonymous. And there's Budgie. And last but not least, the album Creatures High. And this happens to be a 2-disc set with a DVD. In all of this, I decided to start. Well, actually, I'm looking at the the Classic Rock, where they have all this stuff at the cheapo that I go to, or one of the 3 that I go to, and Ultravox kind of had kind of caught my eye about a month ago, and I thought, I wonder what they sound like. I knew Midge is in the band, and I've heard solo stuff from him. I have a couple that I got from my buddy Ryan, and I knew I liked his voice. So when I got into this new wave post-punk phase, phase 3, by the way, I decided to give them a shot, and I'm really enjoying them so far. I've only listened to this one a couple times. Did I listen to... Oh, no. I also listened to Lament. But, God, you cannot read that, can you? Let's see that. Oh. I don't know. These are all 2-disc sets. And this is kind of how the artwork is. The second disc is full of early versions of things. I'll let you kind of read that. 7-inch singles, previous releases, 12-inch singles, rehearsals, live recordings. So that was Vienna, Lament, Quartet. That one also has the 2 discs. And Ultravox Monument, which is actually a live show, and the second disc on this is a DVD. So now the last little stack. This is kind of a bunch of random stuff that I picked up. Well, I'll just show it to you. I had a thought there, but I thought this was going to be awful. The Cars, let me just show things like this. The Cars Move Like This. I listened to the first song, Blue Tip. It totally reminds me of 80s Cars. I was like, well, shit, I'm going to get that. That's pretty awesome. I have been putting off getting this set, which is XTC's Blu-ray Surround series. This is the 5th and I think final one that they're doing. I'm not sure if they're doing them anymore. I didn't get the first 4. This was the very last one, which happens to be my favorite XTC album. Although I do like other songs off of other albums better, but this album is awesome. I love that cover, and I thought if anyone I need on surround sound, and it has so much. I'm not going to list all of this stuff. There is a lot of it. Here, let me put that up. Yes, I am going to list. So there's the 5.1 mix, additional 5.1 mixes, additional 2017 stereo mixes, and a new stereo mix, instrumental mixes, original stereo mix, additional stereo mixes, XTC Phonogram Studios recordings, Andy Partridge Demos Phonogram Studio recordings, Andy Partridge Demo Town Hall recordings, and 3 different videos. So there's a lot on these Blu-rays. So it's not like you're paying just to get the album again. It is well worth the, I think it was $26, $26.99. I would easily buy all the rest if they were really easy to get. The big problem is I have every XTC album as a remaster version and a original version, because again, Ryan gave me the whole set because he got remasters to replace the originals, and doesn't listen to any of the originals. This one, Now It Can Be Told, Devo at the Palace Theater. This guy, Brian Tesmer, decided to write his name on the thing, and the guy at Cheapo kind of gave me a history of Brian Tesmer, and I have no idea who that guy is, but after hearing about him, I was like, I'm leaving his name on this because that is a part of history. So yeah, this is cool. Live from December 9th, 1988. Has a lot of tracks on it. This was kind of an impulse buy because I used to have this, Love Spirals Downward, Ever. It was $2.95. They're kind of dream pop. That's kind of the one thing that kind of shies away. I've wanted to get this for a while because I love the song Iran, and I had a greatest hits, and I figured, well, it's on there, and this was $16.99. But I did get a check from when I worked at the post office for like $122 for back pay. Apparently there was a union thing, and so over a year and a half after working for them, or after quitting, I get a check out of the blue, so I decided to get their second album too, and I have their third one on the way. Found a great version of Tears for Fears. This is the current incarnation. I believe it is remastered. Not 100% sure. And then I found this. I was going to buy it new, but if you can see that, they priced it used for $13.95. I thought that was kind of ridiculous for a used disc. But then I thought, okay, what's the difference between me buying a new version, which I couldn't find, and it's not able to be ordered unless I do it from Amazon or something like that, and would have had to pay $16.99. So this is a little better. Speaking of paying $16.99, I found out that Naked Eyes only did 2 albums, so I decided to, I wasn't going to buy this, but then I listened to this Burning Bridges, which you might know this cover because apparently people in the United States can't have cool things. This is the cover we had in the United States, which is just awful. I mean, look at this. I mean, this isn't much better, but I mean, it's a lot cooler than the other one. So I picked up this, and my buddy Ryan, who apparently I'm going to talk about, because he and I told him we are platonic life partners because of the next things that I'm going to show you. He said, well, you should get the second Naked Eyes because then you're done with their discography. And I totally agree with him. So I had seen this Howard Jones and thought, maybe I should get some Howard Jones. And then I thought, nah. I listened to a little bit, but I had a stack of other stuff, like all those Ultravox and stuff, and I thought, nah, I'll wait. And then I saw this, which is the 2-disc remaster done by Cherry Red Records, and then found out that they have a 3-disc DVD on both of these. And looking at that stuff, I would like those, but this was actually used for $8.95 and it was unopened. It was still had the shrink wrap on it, so for $8.95, I guess I can overlook this. So I decided, yes, I'm going to get that and this, which was $15.95. This is his first album. This is his third. Went to the other cheapo and got this, but refused to get his fourth and fifth albums because they were, this was $20, but this has 3 discs and a DVD. And I don't know why the third album, this is his fifth album, this is his fourth album, I don't know why this was $40. This was $20, same amount of stuff. Look at this. This is bullshit. That's what's on that. Same. Exactly same. Maybe it's because they wrote the word 1, 2, and 3 out instead. I'm not sure. But I messaged Ryan and I was like, apparently you and I are the perfect platonic life partners because I just picked up all the Howard Jones. And I wouldn't have got these if I knew for sure they would come out like a single disc version or even a double disc version from Cherry Red, which I believe they will, but I could not risk that and have these go out of print and not have any access to them or have to pay double or triple the price. And again, I got money from the government. So that's my spending habits for the last week or so. Yeah. Everyone, I would just like to say thank you for always checking out my videos, for doing comments, not being jerks. I had to block one guy who on a Jethro Tull video said that I had no credibility because I said that Jethro Tull are not progressive rock. Ian Anderson has said Jethro Tull are not progressive rock. I mean, yeah, it's bullshit like that I don't have time for that, arguing people over things, and I was just like, screw it, I'm just done with this guy, so I blocked him. So thank you everyone who is not being a jerk on the comments and everyone who does comment. And you know, I wish I had a lot more followers, but I like the people that comment. I mean, not a lot of people comment at all anyway, but I would much rather that than have people posting a bunch of crap like some of the newer, younger, and especially female video makers get, because I cannot imagine what they have to go through with a bunch of trolls out there. So be nice to people, and as the Beatles said, all you need is love.